What is up, people? Welcome back to a new video on this channel. As you can see, we are in day number 6 of our Clan War League. This will be the final Clan War League video on this channel before our recap and before a little bonus Clan War League video. But before we jump into day 6, let's see how we did on day 5. Again, we did terribly. 41 stars, 4 fails. I did get a triple, but unfortunately our standard has dropped a little bit. We are still number 2 in the group, and today we are facing up against Kazuma's clan. As you can see, he has got 15 different accounts. However, I think 12 of the 15 accounts are severely rushed. As you can see, these bases are absolutely trash. Town Hall 10 walls, or whatever wall that is. You get the idea. But he does have 3 maxed accounts in this clan. And as you can see, so far, he has managed to only drop 1 star this whole Clan War League. He has gotten slightly lucky to maybe not have drawn 3 extra matches on Judo Jungle, against Persian Gulf, and against Red Wave. He took 1 defense on one of the 3 bases that he has maxed out, which is pretty crazy. Maybe a little bit lucky, as I said, but nonetheless, let's get into the attack for today. We have got the number 1 base, NAVI Kazuma. We're going to do Fireball on this base. Let's get into the plan. So let's go ahead with our plan then. If you don't want to see the plan, you can jump ahead to the attack with the timestamps. However, the plan for this base is very, very simple. We're going to go with a Warden Walk, something like this with the Angry Jelly. Take out these defenses, snipe these Wizard Towers probably. And we're going to get a Fireball onto this Fire Spitter. We're going to take out like loads and loads of stuff like this. Kind of like this section of the base here. Obviously, we won't take that under Town Hall, but we will do a lot of damage. There's also no build huts near the Town Hall, which is very good. One thing to note is that we will have these sweepers facing us, which could throw our healers off guard. So we'll have to be aware of that. Then my plan is, hopefully the Warden will go this way. I can hero dive the heroes maybe into the Town Hall. Or if the Warden goes the other way, upwards, it's a little bit messy, but you can see my line. Let's go with the let's go with the yellow line. If the Warden goes this way, as you can see on my yellow line, we will start the hero dive like this with a log launcher through the base. Something like this. Rough plan, really. I don't think I'm going to struggle with this base. We have like a log launcher. We have a siege barracks. We have a blimp we can use. I'm using Yeti CC. So we're pretty versatile in terms of what we can do with this attack. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, we are in. Let's get this triple going. We're going to start off with the Warden first of all. We don't have like a planned flame fling or anything, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's try and snipe out these Wizard Towers. Nice. Perfect. Looking great so far. Okay. Let's rage up the Warden, actually invis as well, because that is quite a lot of damage there. And I don't want to take any risks on this Warden charge. We'll start up the cleanup so we don't run into any time issues during the attack. And yeah, let's just remain patient here. Hopefully he's not going to go too crazy. And he is going quite crazy there. So we're just going to pop like this, and there we go. Perfect. That is nice and raged up, so I'm going to need to freeze probably. And let's lure the Warden over here. Okay, this is not ideal from the Warden, but let's see what we can do. Okay, nice. Let's just remain calm. Nothing to panic about just yet. Warden is in the safe zone, I think. No, not yet, maybe. This Fire Spitter is doing God's work for him. I'm just trying to concentrate, which is why my commentary probably is quite bad. Looks like the Warden's going to die. There's not a lot I can do to save him, unfortunately. But nonetheless, we should be okay. Let's just remain patient here with everything. We will go with the Queen ability, and let's see, the thingy is going inside. Yes, nice, nice, nice. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Try and snipe this mono, please. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to have to send the RC in to grab this core, I believe, because otherwise it's going to cause some problems for us. I'm not going to lie to you. This is not looking great at the minute, but we'll see what we can do. I think we do have it though. Definitely not as close as I like my attacks to be. But I do think we have this one just about. I think that the RC should be able to finish off the base. Right, please, RC. I think we've got it. We will distract this multi-arch tower. The healers are throwing a little bit, but I think we have it just about barely. Wow, I mean, that base was crazy because the fireball was very misleading there. Probably a bit of a rush plan from me, but look, a triple is a triple. We are still perfect. 1 day left. Now, as you guys know, after my live attack, I go into some replays for the previous days. So I'm going to show you guys my Clan League attack from yesterday, which I didn't do in a video, and also 2 attacks from my clanmates. So stick around for that. Let's get right into my Clan League hit from yesterday. So here we go. Here is the replay from day number 5. I decided not to make this hit its own video because our opponent for this match was quite underwhelming and none of their bases were actually that great. As you can see for this base though, I was trying to get the poison tower and the fire spitter in this instance to set the path to go into the town hall. So I'm starting with the RC charge as always. We run into a couple of baits as expected, but overall we're looking really good here, where we're able to avoid the poison tower effect on my RC, so she was able to get extra value. We also find the Nado and a couple more traps before getting right out of there. Then of course we are starting with the Root Riders and the Warden. Now the path into the town hall is not very clear and it's not exact, so we will have a tiny little split here in just a moment. As you can see, some of the routes are deciding to go to the town hall and the air sweepers as opposed to following the pack of Root Riders, which is fine. My king does join up with the Root Riders and eventually they do catch up in terms of the funnel, but I decided to put the Warden ability here as we move into the Poison Tower and the Giga Bomb, and as well the first Overgrowth is about to wear off in just a moment. My RC is in a really good spot to turn in and grab the Fire Spinner, Flame Spinner and the Merge Cannon for me, as you can see here. So we're still moving through, looking really strong at the moment. We still have 3 hero abilities. I probably could have swagged all 3, but I was very impatient. Just wanted to get this attack over with. I wasn't recording it or whatever. I have obviously decided to share the replay with you guys. I spammed the Queen and the RC ability there. The Mono wakes up. We have 2 spells, the King ability. We have a Super Barb. Our 2 are archers. And yeah, this is a 3-star. Again, I probably could have swagged these spells, but I wanted to keep the RC alive in an ideal world. So I did just that. Popped the King ability. And yeah, quite a nice triple, pretty clean attack. But as I said, the bases weren't very good for this match day, which is why I did not make this attack its own video. But there we go, that's the first replay. Let's get into the next one. Okay then, so the next replay we have is from Gandalf. He is using the Super Witch strategy with Fireball, and he is attacking this base, which looks to me to be a tweak from the Dima base, or whoever built this base. Only Bads used it in the World's Championship qualifiers, maybe for the July season, I can't quite remember. But the plan here is pretty simple. He wants to get a nice Fireball onto the Inferno Tower or near the Poison Tower section there, and try and take out that whole core area there, so that he can then approach with the Super Witches directly into the Town Hall. He could have gone with a Fireball on the one of the Ricochet Cannons, maybe try and get the CC down, as opposed to the Monolith and all the rest of the stuff. But Gandalf is an ex-pro, so he probably knows better than me. One thing to note is that this base isn't very high leveled. As you can see, the Mortar, I believe, was around about level 5. So it's basically at its default levels, so it's not very strong at all. But nonetheless, this was quite an impressive attack. So he gets the Fireball on target. Very clean so far. Goes with the Super Witches. We have the Queen to funnel the Super Witches in. Interestingly enough, he is using the Troop Launcher variant of Super Witches, which of course aims to protect his healers a little bit more from seeking air mines and red air bombs. The CC is being lured, and he has gone with a Skelly spell to try and distract some of those defenses for the Queen. The Mortar, if it was max level, would be doing a lot of work at the moment, but as it is not max level, I don't think it quite has the range to be able to splash onto the Warden and the Apprentice Warden in this case. But that's the way things go with these nice and easy bases. He has started the RC with the Queen on the outside of the base, which is just trying to keep that funnel nice and tight. The Queen does walk in there to try and grab some of the air skeletons. He has a nice skelly spell onto that merge cannon, but the RC had other priorities and decided to walk into the merge cannon anyways. But as you can see, not a lot of base left. He has the Queen ability, the RC ability. He still has 2 spells. So yeah, very clean attack. Never really felt like anything was actually going wrong. I think all of his super witches are alive, maybe. Can't quite see, but obviously he has lost the king, which tends to be the case with the super witch attacks. So there we go. That was another triple from Gandalf here. You can find this army link in the description of the video if you would like to try it out yourself, because this is definitely a very good example of how to tackle bases with the super witch. But as you can see, a 3-star, still has the queen and the RC ability as well as 2 spells, completely smashed. Let's go, next one. Okay, final replay for today's video. We have this attack from No Sleep, who has been absolutely killing it in Clan War League. So I thought I'd show his attack from the same day, day number 5, back to day number 5 with this attack. So he's using the Fireball army. He's using 2 furnaces on either side of the Warden, and also uses 2 or maybe 5 rocket loons, was that, to take out those 2 mortars to set up a flame flinger. Maybe we'll see why that flame flinger is a little bit flawed in a moment. Perhaps he didn't know that the flame flinger can trigger the Gigabomb. Spoiler alert. But let's get into this Fireball. Of course, he's going with the Warden Walk, and he's being very patient. He does not have the Angry Jelly. He is using the Sneezy instead, which of course both have their pros and their cons, where the Jelly is a bit faster, but the Sneezy does tend to be a little bit stronger. Unfortunately, the Warden is kind of joining up with the Flame Flinger in this instance, so he's not going to be able to invis those buildings to get the Fireball on target. As you can see, the Flame Flinger does trigger the Gigabomb there, so it does go down quite prematurely, which is a bit unfortunate. To be fair, I don't know that a Flame Flinger could be affected by Gigabomb either. Maybe he knew that, but anyways, enough yapping. Let's get into this Fireball. He's going to rage up the Warden here to try and get through some of these defenses a little bit faster, as time is of course quite a big factor in this attack. He's going to poison the furnaces, and at the same time, whilst the Warden is distracted on the archers, he can go for the Fireball. He starts up the Hero Dive straight after that, sends the King in and the Queen in with that Wall Breaker there. Slightly misplaced to where it doesn't open up the walls for the Ricochet Cannon, but it's not that big of a deal, just a tiny thing which could be improved. But I'm just nitpicking at this point, because this attack was so clean, there's not actually a lot to talk about. He pops the King ability to do the walls for the Ricochet Cannon. And yeah, I mean, we have a lot of Teslas left. The King is still alive. There is still a couple of merge defenses, but generally this attack is looking really good. His biggest problem that he had with this attack definitely were these walls around the Town Hall, which really slowed down this attack from what looked like a really crushed attack to not such a crushed attack. He goes with the RC, with the shield and the spear there. The Warden has, the King has targeted the Warden, so he goes with the Ice Block spell on the Warden, just keep him alive. Sends in the Headhunters, a random balloon. The RC has targeted the Town Hall, and yeah, although this does look quite close, he does still have all 4 heroes alive. They're all in green health at the minute, so yeah, can't complain. Pretty clean. Let's get into the recap for today. Okay, so that was all for today's video that I had for you guys. I hope you did enjoy it, and I hope this gave you a nice insight into how our Clan War League was going so far. This is the last Clan War League video that I will be producing. I will be doing a recap on my Clan War League season as a whole, as well as my clan's performance in terms of rankings in the group and also globally, as well as a video the day after my Clan War League recap video, where I'll give you guys my base that I used in Clan War League, which has so far defended 3 out of 5 Clan War League days, and another one of my clanmates base that has been performing well. So thank you guys for watching. As always, I will see you later. Goodbye.